How's it going, guys? Bring a Platoon here, and welcome to another phenomenal game in World of Tanks Xbox One Edition. Today I'm going to be playing once again the K-91, the Tier 10 Russian medium tank that I just unlocked a few days ago, and I've already got a fantastic game in it. Oh my, yes, it's much better than the 5800 base damage game with a little bit of assisted damage. And while it isn't better in base damage, it most certainly is better in spotting damage and base damage combined. So I figured I'd throw it up, which is what I'm doing right now, which is how you're watching it. But anyway, I feel like my statistic rundown of it earlier was pretty shit, and ironically I'm going to probably do an even more vague job here, but I forgot to mention a few things like the 1700 meter a second velocity that the APCR rounds get. I think it's the fastest firing gun in the game. I could be wrong. Or not fastest firing game. Not fastest firing gun in the game, but the fastest shell velocity in the game. Anyway, but yeah, on your APCR, you get 276 standard pen, and for your premium heat ammunition, you get 330. That's pretty standard, except for the base pen of your APCR rounds are fucking phenomenal. That's tank destroyer awesomeness. But your HE rounds get a measly 50 millimeters of penetration, which is fine. I don't really see myself using them unless it's against like Borsigs and Tier 10 Waffly 100s. But moving on, I should have really turned on my console for this. We got a nerfed version of this thing on console. Instead of 9.5 rounds a minute, it's now 7.62, and the aim time with everything that the reload time on this thing with everything that I have on it, which yes, it does include extra combat rations, vents, brothers in arms, and I guess that's about it for helping the reload. But yeah, I don't run a gun rammer on this thing. I run vents, optics, and a vertical stabilizer just to make the gun more ADSy than it already is. And ADSy in a good way, but like, look at this shit. Look what you can do with this thing. 9 degrees of gun depression over the side of the tank, and then 5 in front of it. As long as you're aiming it over the side, like, you're not invincible, but you're hard as shit to hit. Like, I'm putting my upper hull up, and they're not going to aim for that, because it's like in a little dip of land here. I can just go up here. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to pen that Super Conqueror very reliably or technically at all. But like, ooh, I learned about the machine's weak spot a few days ago, and guess what? It's anywhere in the side. It's basically a Stritzvan 103B in the sense that if it angles at all, you can overmatch it with any gun in the game, except, like, as long as it's 90 millimeters or bigger, you can overmatch the side of it. Doesn't matter what the angle's at. If you're shooting heat or whatever, it's gonna overmatch it. It's fucking hilarious. So, yeah, fuck you, machine. And I hit his hatch there because of my .33 accuracy, or I believe if I put the fucking, what is it, extra combat rations on over here, that makes it .30 accuracy, just with the extra combat rations alone. And of course I'm adding this on tanks.gg. I don't know how different the system is for console, but I'm just doing this so I can look at the improved stats. But yeah, the dispersion doesn't go down any lower than .30, which is fine. But like, this thing's amazing. I love having gun depression. I like having this small profile I can just dick over people with. Like, they're not expecting you to be able to pop out the way you do. And as long as you, like, don't play it as a brawler, as you would, like, the Object 140, 262A, and all those other guys, then you're good to go. Like, let your heavies do all the work, and you have enough pen to go through the front of tanks. This isn't like a nerfed version of the AMX-30B, which I just played in the same day that I got this phenomenal game going. But, like, it's just amazeballs. You shoot things, and it hits where you aim. It's hilarious, and when it doesn't, it's usually extremely far away, or you're aiming with shit. But if you miss, it's usually your fault. I love this thing. It was totally worth the grind of the Object 432, Object 430 version 2, and I'm just so glad I'm done with that tank. I'm glad that I don't have to press A to be competitive in battle, because firing heat all the time in that Tier 9 tank was shit, and it's just stupid. They need to do something about the gun. I realize it's kind of an overpowered tank, but it's really not. Like, ugh, as soon as you start shooting premium at it, you're fine. Or you get damage, so it's fine. But, yeah. You go from having to press A to reliably pen anything in your tier, or 2 tiers below even, to, well, even tier 7, you'd have trouble penning tier 7s with the 201 pen you get with the AP rounds in the tier 9. But we're not talking about the tier 9, goddammit. We're talking about this guy. I see it fit to track this guy. The shot goes where I put it because RNG kind of helped me out there. And the accuracy of the gun never hurt anybody. And then I use heat to overmatch the shit out of the Stritzvan 103B because I have a 100mm and his armor is 100 and... wait, 100? No, it's like 30mm thick at an extreme angle or something like that. Or is it 40? I don't know how I overmatched that. That's weird. Oh well. Moving on. Because heat pens at 90 degrees, or up to 90 degrees. That's what it is. So, yeah. Heat's fun. And I don't really care about getting damaged by this M103, and he ends up not damaging me anyway. So that's pretty funny. And then I get the kill, because reasons. And just look at all my damage I racked up. Don't look at the base damage, because that's just... it's decent, but it's not anything phenomenal. Look at the spotting damage. And then I probably could have stolen that kill, but I just wanted to aim in and make sure the shot hit. And there you go, another nice little snapshot for you right at the end there. But this tank, if you are supporting your team and it not being targeted in the front by anything, or even if they are targeting you, if you're hull down and you're using like ridge lines and shit, there's very little that they can do. You're such a small profiled target to hit, and that is a 9,500 damage combined game in the 3 days that I've had this tank. So, yeah. I don't know whether it was my skill that got me that, or their team was just dumb. They probably could have pushed into me, but I had a lot of tanks around me. And to get to me, they probably would have had to give their side to my whole team. And yeah, it wouldn't have been good. So I'm going to chalk it up to both things. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay. Thank you for watching. And as always, I'll catch you next time.